Market stance was once the focal point of the basic stock-rearing economy of Benbecula. Today it is the site of the local authority engineering depot and refuse tip. As such, it is the somewhat unlikely gateway to the now deserted east side, for it is at Market Stance that Clowranald's old kelp road begins, leading out to one of the most beautiful, most alluring and certainly the least visited parts to Benbecula. To cross this way, following the track which skirts the lower slopes of Louisville and continuing on until it meets Loch Ushkava, is to discover the hidden heart of the island. It's also to take a step backwards in time. From Market Stance, the land to the east is collectively known as Nunton Hill. This was the name given to the sheep farm, which once comprised this wild and intricate stretch of rough moorland, but in reality, Nunton Hill comprised several different localities, each with their own individual history, associations and memories, from Hacklet, Ranish and Roshinish, around the south of Flodder, in the north to Meanish, Scarloud and Lidistrom, around the shores of Loch Ushkava to the east and the south. Where the track dips down to skirt the shore of Loch Bar Una, the remains of a chambered cairn can be seen on the summit of the rising ground to the south of the loch. This is the shieling of the One Night, a place of grim association. Much of it has been removed over the centuries, and the stones been used in the building of many and various shielings, which are dotted around the area. These were the summer huts to which the women folk of the township to the west would come with the cattle after the lean months of winter. 3 men from Nunton stayed here one night instead of heading further out east as they had intended. That evening they had got round to discussing how pleasant it would be to have some female company, the shieling being within easy walking distance of dairy maids of Nunton. At this there came a knock to the door, and in came 3 women, all strangers. The men made them welcome, and as the evening wore on, they separated, with 2 of the men and 2 of the visitors, going through into the other room of the little shieling, leaving the senior man alone with the other woman. He sat there by the glow of the peat fire, making conversation, until to his amazement he saw that his companion was transforming before his very eyes. Under the shadow of her shawl he now saw a hooked and evil beak. Black feathers were sprouting up on her arms. In horror he looked out across to the door of the other room, only to see blood seeping into the earth under the crack. In a panic, he made an excuse to the woman about having to go outside, but she had seen his awareness and would not let him go out. After much persuasion, she agreed that he could go out, but only if she could hold on to his jacket through a crack of the door. As soon as he got out, he slipped loose of his jacket and pinned it to a crack in the shieling wall with his knife and took to his heels, running as fast as he could. After a while, the woman called out but got no reply, and out she ran to see him fleeing desperately across the moors. In desperation, when he saw her following, he set his own dog to keep the woman at bay, while he ran for his life back to Nunton. Totally exhausted, in the safety of his own home, he filled a milk pail and left it for his dog outside, and then he slumped down to sleep in exhaustion and shock. But in the morning, after a heavy sleep, he woke and looked outside, and there was his dog, lying dead beside the empty pail, with not a single hair left on its body. A search party went out and found the two men where he had left them, lying dead in their own blood, and the shieling was never again used, broken apart.